There's 2 games of the season left. We've already secured automatic promotion, but we're 2 points behind top of the table Plymouth. Can we catch them up in these last couple of games? Hopefully, or else anticlimax and all that. Hello and welcome to Season 4, Part 9 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we have our final 2 games of the season, at home against Oldham and away against Carlisle. Since you were last with me, they've obviously not played any more games. However, we have started to dip our toes into the transfer market and have 3 permanent transfers already arranged for next season. Number 1, Raquel Pike joins the club permanently for, what was it, £67,000. I mean, that's a bit of a bargain for a man who's scored over 60 goals in this league. Oh, okay, 58, not over 60. But he's scored 58 goals in League 2 over the last 2 years. Surely it's time for him to make the step up. He's got a little bit of potential. He could become a League 1 striker for 67,000, the amount of goals he scored for us this year. We'd be mad not to take him on, just in case he doesn't work out. We've signed another player with pedigree of scoring goals at this level. Jack Marriott comes in from Luton. He's 25 years old. We've paid £80,000 for him, so a little bit more. But he has been playing for Luton in League 1 this year, where he's only managed 11 goals from 40 games, but last year did score an absolute hatful of goals in League 2. And more importantly than any of that, he is supposedly already considerably better than both Schiavi and Pike, and bearing in mind they're both prolific at this level, that's got to be an improvement, surely. And because he can play as an advanced forward and a defensive forward and a poacher, he could play up front with either of them. So a little bit of extra strength in depth up front. And then the last one is the return of someone whose previous spell at the club was cut short by injury. James Blanchfield was here earlier in the season from Ipswich on loan. We've signed him for just over £20,000. He's born in Southend. That was the main reason I wanted to bring him in, because he's a local lad. We saw earlier in the season that he's good enough to make a difference in this team. With a little bit more development time and perhaps fulfilling some of this potential, he could be the man who ultimately replaces Anthony Wordsworth in the side. So, Blanchfield returning to the club as well. But that's not what we're here for today. We're not going to mess around with any more transfer business. It's the last 2 games of the season. We need 2 wins. We need to make sure Plymouth lose at least one of them. I think we've got them for goal difference. We've got everybody for goal difference, a goal difference of 50. So if Plymouth win 1, draw 1, we win both, we win the league, I think, assuming it still works on goal difference like it did when I were a lad. So this is our team for today. We've got Smith in goal, a back 4 of Tamelty, Plummer, Jackson and Fowler. Wordsworth was fit again, then got a cold or a flu or whatever's wrong with him. So again, he's not fully fit, same as with the last match in the earlier episode. But we've got to play him. He's Anthony Wordsworth. He's such an important player for us. And in fact, if you have a look over the last 5 games, when it's really counted during this run-in, he has been our best player for average rating. And he's not far off being best player for the season as well. Not massively behind. There's only a couple of players who've been better than him consistently over the season. So Wordsworth is in and will be captain alongside Merkins and Seamus Keneally. Craigan is going to play in behind the front too, because Jonathan Benteke is injured. His season's done. He's got a torn groin muscle. He's going to be out for another 6 or 7 weeks. He'll be back in plenty of time for pre-season training, but we're not going to see any more from him this year. And then the goal machines, Pike and Schiavi up front. Pike has been rubbish the last 2 games, so hopefully, knowing that he's now joining the club permanently, will spark him into life. And there's still an outside chance that if he scores a couple of hat-tricks, he can finish top scorer in the division. The form Schiavi's been in, it's probably just as likely that Schiavi's going to finish above Pike and take that second place spot, because I think there's only 3 or 4 league goals separating the 2 of them, which is a similar size to the gap between Pike and the fella above him. Craigan probably knows this is going to be his last couple of appearances for the club. He's not going to be good enough to make the step up. He's sort of been playing out of position for most of the season anyway, back in the midfield 3, getting a last little opportunity in behind the front 2. But we need proper backup for Benteke up there next year. And James Craigan is not that man. Please utilise the comments today to let me know what positions we should be strengthening over the summer. You've already seen a little sneak preview of what we're looking to do. A couple of familiar faces and hopefully a proven goal scorer. So let me know if you agree with those deals and let me know where you would still strengthen. My initial thoughts are central midfield. We did try and bring in Aidan O'Neill, but Barnsley are not interested in doing a deal for him. But his contract is up in a couple of weeks' time anyway, so we'll try again. Schiavi's in. We'll try again when his contract expires, see if we can nick him that way. But I don't think he's particularly keen to make the drop down a division or 2 divisions or whatever it is. So it'd be nice to have him back, but we might need to look for other options. But I don't think a midfield that has the likes of Merkins and Broccoli and even Keneally in next season, I don't think that's going to be good enough for League One. So that's the big area we need to strengthen. I think we're pretty solid at centre-back with Jackson and Plummer. It'd be nice to get Fowler back on loan for another year, or if his contract's up, maybe bring him in permanently as a extra centre-back and an option out at full-back as well. But I think full-back is probably a position we do need to strengthen. But I think we're probably done for attacking players now, just a reserve for Benteke. But the 2 forwards we're bringing in alongside Schiavi and probably one of Byrne and Taylor Crossdale. We've got to decide which one we want to keep. Might even end up keeping them both. I think we're looking good going forward. As you can see by our ridiculous goal difference, we should have taken Wordsworth off by now. Oops. We're also going to take off... We're not going to take off Craigan because no one else can play there. So Pike, again, being rubbish. Sam Byrne gets to come in again. Sam Byrne must be feeling a little bit hard done by that. Not only is he still not able to displace Pike from the side, we've now signed Pike permanently as well. So he's probably taking that as a message that his Southend career is over. But hopefully he'll try and battle on in these last couple of snippets of game that he'll get to play in. And prove to me why it should be him rather than Taylor Crossdale who gets to stick around next year. At the moment, the main reason Byrne is probably ahead of Taylor Crossdale in the pecking order for me is because he can play with either of the strikers we've got at the club, whereas Taylor Crossdale doesn't really work well with Schiavi because they both want to be that poacher. Right, Byrne is in again but loses out on the ball. I mean, this hasn't been the most inspiring performance, but importantly, it looks like we're going to pick up the win, stay within touching distance of Plymouth, and we're just relying on them not winning their last game of the season, and then hopefully we can get a win. I mean, look at that for a one-sided 1-0 win. Goodness me. That shows you the dip in form Raquel Pike's in. I really hope, after we've spent good money on him, that this isn't the sign that his little 2-year flash in the pan is over. But how did Plymouth do? Was it... if they've won comfortably, I think we're all over. They've won really comfortably. Who have they got on the last day of the season? They have got Morecambe. Where are Morecambe in the league? Morecambe are there or thereabouts, aren't they? Yeah. Oh, it's a real shame that Morecambe aren't trying to get an automatic promotion spot, but they're going to want form going into the playoffs. We've got a chance, everybody. Right, no need for major changes going into the last game of the season. Major changes. Not made any changes. Wordsworth's fit again, which is quite nice. And we're going to try him as a playmaker, mainly because I want to see Keneally back in the box-to-box midfield role he was playing when Wordsworth wasn't inside. And we don't really have a playmaker. So Wordsworth has... I mean, he's done it enough times for us over the last couple of years, so he can do it one more time. Let's have a bit of magic from him. We don't really have much in the way of other options to bring into the side. It would have... I didn't know whether to bring in Sam Byrne for Pike. I thought in the end Pike's the man that we're throwing our resources behind for next season, so let's give him a chance to sort of play himself back into some form. It's not going to be the last time we see all these players. Well, Raquel Pike's just signed. I mean, yeah, that's yeah. What? Send off? Yeah. I don't understand the question. That's a new one. I've not seen that before. It's just because we haven't renewed much in the way of contracts yet, because we didn't know what league we were going to be in. So playing my cards close to my chest. But, I mean, that might be why. Pike's not in good form. But then he knows he's signed permanently, so that's nonsense. And he was here on loan anyway. It's not like he was leaving on a free transfer because we didn't want him. Oh, it's annoying. Wordsworth is one we definitely need to get tied down to a new deal, though. Possibly, if we can figure out a way to do it with some kind of coaching element. There you go. James Craigan is in after a minute. And as it stands right now, it's after 7 minutes, not a minute. I got excited. But we are top of the league right now. We're relying on Plymouth not scoring. If there's no goals in the Plymouth game, I mean, that's a beautiful finish from Craigan in possibly his last game for the club. We haven't been top of the league since August. We just need Plymouth not to score. Morecambe, please do us a favour. This is where we need the picture-in-picture thing that I talk about at the end of every season. All I want to know now is what's going on in the Plymouth and Morecambe game. I know I can put the results on screen, but it's not the same. It's just having a little bit in the corner where I can see what's going on in their match, because that's what I'm interested in. As it is, we'll let the league table tell us the story. Schiavi's in, it's 2-0. Right, forget the league table. As soon as this replay's done, we're getting latest scores on there, because what we really want to see is Plymouth go a goal down, because then we'll start to get excited. That's a beautiful finish from Schiavi. He's closing in on 30 goals for the season now, which that's not half bad. Where's the league table gone? Oh, what is it doing to me? Why is it taking the lead? Are you kidding? This is that thing where it takes things off the screen. And the only way to get it is to reset the settings, which I can't do in the middle of a game. Right, we're going to have to rely on latest scores and maths. So, latest scores is going to go over here. I can't believe on the last day of the the last day of the season, it's stolen my league table from me. Where are Plymouth? Plymouth playing Morecambe. We're just going to have to keep an eye on that match, and we can't even see it properly because it's under the fold. All we want to know is this game. Can we... Oh, I want my league table back. Come on, give me a league table. League table's not there. Morecambe still holding Plymouth at the moment. Yes, Morecambe have scored against Plymouth. That means we're now a point clear at the top of the league. If my maths works, I'm not even watching our game anymore. I'm just watching the latest scores. That if everything stays as it is, we've won the title, which would be mental. Schiavi's running clear. We've got a little bit of a break on here, but they come across the cover quite comfortably. Although Cragen's in and Pike had it. Oh, Plymouth have equalised. Don't worry. We're still top of the league, I think. Schiavi's just made it 3-0. We're certainly doing our goal difference plenty of favours here. That's his 29th for the season. I think Pike is only on 30. So if Schiavi can complete his hat-trick without Pike scoring, our own man, rather than the loanee, is going to end up as top scorer. And I'd award it to him because he's just been plugging away all season long, whereas Pike has had his little spell of the last 4 or 5 games where the pressure's got to him. It does say on his coach reports that he dreads playing in big games. So I guess that every game's a big game at this stage of the season. So that's perhaps why he's not performing at the moment. But forget our game. This is the big game. Can we click on it and go and see it? Is it going to let us do that? No. Oh, I know Plymouth are going to score late on and I'm going to be sad. And it all comes back to those 2 games from a couple of episodes ago where we just lost 2 games for no reason at all. We'd been in good form before, we've been in good form since, and we just bottled it for two episodes. Not even 2 episodes, 2 games in the same episode. And that's going to cost us the title unless Morecambe can hold Plymouth. Oh, actually, why do I care? We're still 3-1 up. Let's let Carlisle have a goal. Who cares? As long as it's not a goal for Plymouth. Get this off the screen. We want our latest scores. I can't believe my league table's gone. Why would they... I mean, of all the times to take it away. Right, and then league table. No, it's not going to happen, is it? Right, come on, Morecambe. Grab a goal. I don't like the fact that we're just 1 Plymouth goal away from losing the title. And every time it moves, my pulse rate increases slightly. Let me know if anything happens in our match, because I am just watching the latest scores down there now. Pike has been rubbish again. That's 4 games in a row. The lad can't take pressure. We need to give him some mental tutoring, I think, to sort his head out. And we're going to take Merkins off, bring on Broccoli. Broccoli, I think, will stick around in the squad next year. What's happened? What's going on here? Right, okay. There's only 10 minutes left and Plymouth are still not winning. It'll turn out that my maths is wrong and we actually needed them to lose. Right, let's take off Fowler. Bring on John White for his last appearance for the club, because he's a bit of a club hero, club legend. He's been around for donkey's years. So we'll let him have his last little run out on the last day of the season. Oh, don't, no. Oh, that's us scoring. I thought we'd conceded. That's how little I'm watching our match. I'm panicking that it had gone to 3-2 when we're kicking that way now. It's been half time. So Keneally, I mean, that's a nicely placed little header, actually, in the end. So we're 4-1 up. Our game is taken care of now. We just need Morecambe to do their bit and continue to hold Plymouth. We don't need this extra long celebration. what we do need is for that score not to change. Oh, stop moving. Oh, it's horrible. I think we're about to concede a goal. I don't care because they're not going to score 2 more in the last 2 minutes. We are a minute and a half away from winning League 2, which, I mean, who cares? Don't want to see that now. We just want to watch this latest scores thing. Oh, please, let's not have a Plymouth goal. Right, as it starts at the end of our... Did that click over to full time? I think that clicked over to full time. We've won the league! Oh, that's mental. We have won the league. That is the mugging of all time. If we just have a little look at that League 2 table to see how often we spent at the top of the league. We were last top of the league on the 31st of August. From then on, it has been Plymouth all the way until 15 minutes into the last game of the season. I feel anyone who's been around on the channel for a long time, when at the end of the second season, Non-League to Legend last year, we got relegated with Boston when we only fell into the relegation zone for the first time all season with 20 minutes to go at the end of the season. I feel like this is vindication for that. We've got our own back on the universe because we do not deserve to win the league, but we have. Oh, I don't have any more words. I'm coughing, I'm spluttering. Oh, it's all gone wrong. Oh, goodness me. I'm just falling apart. I can't believe that's happened. Right, I'm not choked up because I'm crying. I've got a cold coming on. I'm not that emotional about video game. We'll have a quick look at the squad, and then you lot can get started on telling me what we need to get in place for next season. So goal scorers wise, we know who scored the goals. Let's not forget Patrick Drury exists. We saw a little bit of him last year. He's still only 17 years old. Still has bags of potential. He's been out on loan this season at Welling in the Vanarama South. Only got 6 goals in 25 games for them, but it's 11 in 33 if we look at all competitions, and he's going to be a year older, so he's going to be someone who we might have to make a decision on next year. Realistically, he'll probably go out on loan again, but he's certainly one for the future, knocking around in the squad. We've got a few players like that, actually, who are well worth keeping an eye on, who've scored goals and played quite a lot of games for the clubs they're out on loan at. Assists wise, it's all been about Benteke. 24 assists to go with his 17 goals. Again, he's my player of the year. Schiavi and Pike both got into double figures as well, which is an excellent return for the 2 forwards. And then if we look at average rating, Jackson, I mean, look how important it was to bring in the 2 loanees that we had last season that we signed permanently in the summer. They've been our 2 best players this year. Jackson with a 7.44, Benteke a 7.3, and being involved in gazillions of goals. And what a difference that has been from last season, where we barely had anybody who was above a 7. Now we've not really got anyone who's a regular starter who's below a 7, apart from Ted Smith, who a lot of you keep telling me we need to be replacing. But to my mind, he's only 24 still. And he's got 3-star current ability, 4-star potential ability. He's been around a long time. He's already played nearly 150 league games for the club. I don't see how we just don't keep faith with him. But perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps we need another option. But that has been one heck of a season. We've still got money to spend. There's still money in the bank. There's loads of wage budget available. This doesn't look like a Kev team at all. And now we've got a League One adventure to look forward to. Oh, it's so exciting. Right, there's not going to be a non-league to Legend episode tomorrow. Because we've done 2 today, we missed out on one for Everton. So we're going to do Everton tomorrow, because that also gives me time to do all the pre-season, make some signings and all that stuff. So non-league to Legend will be back on Monday at 4 o'clock. Tomorrow, Sunday, it's going to be Everton, and seeing whether or not we can recover from what happened in Europe, which if you haven't been watching that series, you really need to go and check it out, because there's been some ups and downs and some emotions. If you've enjoyed that, and how could you not, because that's been ridiculous, we've got to have 500 likes to celebrate winning the League 2 title. That sort of nonsense doesn't happen very often. It's our first promotion in the series this year, and a really, really unexpected and unlikely league title. So let's have 500 likes on there. That would be massive and awesome. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.